Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Hi Martin.
Hi Sashni.
Can you tell us about Exxaro's renewables company Cennergi's agreement with Enertrag for the development of renewable projects in Mpumalanga?
Yes, Exxaro has been very far-seeing. They were talking about this energy transition like decades ago, I can remember, and they moved to change. So they created Cennergi and then they took over Cennergi totally. Cennergi is already producing wind energy. They are going to put 80 megawatts themselves, Cennergi, into the Lephalale area where the Thungela coal mine is. But in the Mpumalanga area, there's a massive need for just energy transition. They've linked up with Enertrag of Germany. Enertrag has also been far-seeing. I mean, they've been doing renewables in Germany now for decades. They're also active across the border here in Namibia with the hydrogen. So it's a wonderful link up there that should be really good for Mpumalanga, because the skills that will move from coal to renewable energy will be really built into that partnership like no one could do. And I think it's going to be great for the people of Mpumalanga, moving from coal to a new energy transition and doing it very, very skillfully, I would say.
And Exxaro is eyeing green hydrogen.
Yeah, can you believe that? I think this is the year of the hydrogen. People all over the world, you can see the United States now ploughing efforts into green hydrogen, Europe ahead of everybody, moving, Japan possibly also ahead of everybody, and South Korea. So we've been looking at this for a long time. Finally, we put out a tender today. It's actually in the latest edition of Engineering News and Mining Weekly, where money is being offered to South Africans coming up with ideas around the hydrogen economy. I think the bids close at the end of September, so it's quite a interesting situation there. They're going to hear people from all the provinces to see what they can come in with, and if they've got innovative solutions, even if there is a foreign link in that there's an IP from outside of South Africa, if they've got the license, they will look at that as well. So you could have a lot of interesting entrepreneurial activities, small companies, big companies coming through with solutions around the hydrogen economy, which can give us energy sovereignty. And people have been wanting energy sovereignty for decades now, because it is hard to pay your hard-earned cash on incoming oil from another region. Sometimes even those regions, they worry you because the way the people live in them creates concern. Yet you are propping them up because you have to have that oil, you have to have that gas. So now people are saying, well, gee, here's the opportunity, heaven sent. Sun and wind and water can give us this energy at home. We will be free of all these shackles that having to pay out hard-earned foreign exchange. Again, we see there that Exxaro going beyond the renewables, going beyond the wind energy, going beyond the sun energy with their planning at the Thungela mine, and saying, well, it's a logical next step into green hydrogen, and they're looking at that closely.
Lastly, Thungela is another coal mining company that is looking to renewables, but it is also sharing free cash with employees and communities, and it is planting 1 million trees to purify water. Yeah,
this was incredible effort by Thungela. I mean, you can count their age in months, not years. I mean, they've just popped up, and can you believe that if you calculate what they gave earlier on and what they gave this week to their employees, that's over 4,000 eligible employees, that's a bonus for those employees of 100,000 Rand each. I mean, they said that they would emphasize the S, the social, in the ESG. That they said, look, environmental is big, but people are just concentrating on emissions, and we want to look a bit broader on the E, S, and the G, and we will allow this S to spike. And brother, they hardly got there. And can you imagine each member of their employee team that's eligible getting 100,000 Rand? I mean, it's massive from coal. So they're putting their money where their mouth is on the S. But look what they're doing with trees. They've already planted 20,000 trees. They've hardly been in existence, these guys. 20,000 trees. They're planning to plant 1 million trees. And these are special trees. They're scientific trees. They're scientists sitting there because they absorb the contamination created by the coal mining. So they lock into their structures you know, the impurities that are in the water, and they make the water underground far purer. So not just putting, you know, their money where their mouth is, but doing it very smartly. And of course, you know, as far as renewables is concerned, where there's a business case, they climb in. So you can see they're going to put 4 megawatts of solar power in their one new project that's coming up. The whole complex at this stage will have 4 megawatts of solar power. And they've got another site where there's also solar power. And they say, look, where it makes a business sense, we will put in solar power. You know, we're here to supply good coal to the world that you know, doesn't require as much energy as the others, because the quality is so high. It's going out of the country. It's boosting our foreign exchange. And you could see they shot the lights out, you know, with the amount of money that came in the half year, free cash, was mind-boggling. And so they've already tried to spread that, do that, help the communities, because besides the employees, you know, huge amount of money is also going into the communities there. Communities working out a strategy so that this will be long-lasting. And when coal mining has ended, that the investments that the communities make with this cash coming in, well, 250 million now just came into them. They've had more money before then. They'll have a strategy that keeps those communities sustained beyond coal mining. So some brilliant thinking going on.
Thanks for speaking with us,
It's a
Martin.
great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. To subscribe to Creamer Media's Engineering News and Mining Weekly, please email subscriptions at creamermedia.co.za.